today we got a new shop upgrade. The people over at Primeweld have hooked it up with some fixture tables. We got 3 2x3 tables, leg kits, some banners, casters for the table, the bolt kits to bolt the tables together, and I even got some TIG fingers. They carry a lot of other stuff as well, so check them out. They got welders, plasma cutters, fixture tables, all types of stuff. I also went ahead and bought some clamps from Strong Hand Tables, some aluminum V-block clamps for clamping the tube. So I'm gonna go ahead, get everything unboxed, and I'm gonna show you guys how I'm going to bolt these tables together and how to get it set up over my new weld area and move all faithful to its new home and rearrange my weld area. So let's get into that. So I got all the tables unboxed and laid out on the ground using these eye hooks to be able to pick them up, since there's really nowhere on the tables to grab them. This is just a 16 mil eyelet from McMaster-Carr. You can buy these in 5/8 or 16 mil. I like to use metric stuff, so 16 mil is what I use. They're basically the same. And I'm trying to show you guys how to set up like this configuration of the tables with basic equipment, because I know a lot of you guys aren't going to have a forklift or anything like that. So I'm going to use a engine hoist. I'm gonna put 2 of these in the tabletops once I get them bolted together, probably one on the inside of each of the outside tables. Then I can pick it up, fasten the legs to them, and then put the casters underneath. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these bolted together. So I'm gonna go ahead and stand these up on the far edge, bolt them together with them standing up, and then I'll put the eyelets in, lay it down, reposition the lift, and lift them straight up. And should be able to get the legs on fairly easy that way, I think. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Now that I got them standing up, you can see the cast iron construction underneath with the webbing. And that's how you get the strength into these tables. You kind of see this one's got a little bit of surface rust going on underneath, but not concerned about that because we're not using the tables from the underneath. The tops look pretty nice, nicely oiled. Everything's machined surfaces. So we're gonna use the supplied hardware from Primeweld. It's these 5/8 countersunk screws. You're gonna use 4 of these per table. I'm gonna put a couple here, a couple down here, and same on that side. Once I get these bolted in, we're gonna lay this back down and then pick it up and put the legs on. The tables are now bolted together with the supplied hardware for these tabletops. They're only supplied if you buy them, if you're planning on bolting these together. Otherwise, they do not come with the tabletops. So I was going to bolt them top to bottom, but these tables have a thicker top plate than the sides, and the casting must gradually get thicker to the top. So there was not enough thread engagement up top. So I just put 2 side by side in these spots, kind of spaced 1 in from each side. Do the same on this side. I don't necessarily know the torque spec on those, but they're snug for the time being. And the reason why I didn't like fully torque them, so once I get this on the legs, I'm going to clamp a piece of steel across the front face, and then a couple across the top, and I'm going to loosen the hardware, and then the table should be as flat as it possibly can, and then I'll go through and tighten the hardware again and level the legs as necessary to get this as flat as possible. So going to put in the eye hooks and get this now on the ground, lift it up, put the legs on. Got the tabletop completely off the ground. Since these bolt holes aren't perfectly centered, I had to add the second strap to keep it leveled. I'm also using this engine load leveler to keep this plane level as well. Mocked up a leg to make sure I got it high enough. So now I'm going to bolt in probably 6 legs, 1 each corner, and then 2 across the center one and the back side that's going to be up against the wall. So I'm going to open up these guys to get the hardware out. This box of legs was damaged in shipping, and the hardware fell out of that. So I'm going to open up these other ones and get the hardware and get the legs on. So got the table on the ground. Engine hoist worked flawlessly for what I was trying to do. Really stoked with how that worked. This table moves pretty nice with the casters from Primeweld. They still need a little adjustment. And I'm sure some of you are wondering why I only did the 2 on the middle table on the far side and not this side. I really wanted the leg space on this side of the table, and I really wanted to minimize any potential sag in the table if I didn't put legs in the center. So that will help reduce any potential sag with the tabletops. And with the this flat edge, it's pretty flat. Can't really see any light between any of the tabletops. I did notice that side, it's kind of hard to see. It's slightly down on that end, but I'm not super concerned. I'm going to clamp some square tubing to the top and the front side, loosen all the hardware and re-bolt it, and adjust the casters on all the legs. So that'll help keep any sag between the tabletops out, but it's pretty decent for how I attach all the tables. So I'm going to clean this area up, move everything out, and move the table in. Just finished clamping these square tubing to the table. I did 2 for the middle table because I'm trying to base the squareness and the flatness of these tables off the center, and same with the front and the back side. Don't worry, the bottom of that is not rusty. I cleaned that off. And then I went through, loosened all of these attachment bolts, about a half turn. And once I got them all loosened, I went back through and tightened them back up. Got it nice and snug. So now I'm going to unclamp all the steel and check the trueness of the table after doing so. Also, just remembered, before I do that, I'm going to adjust the casters and make sure they're all touching the ground nice and even. Got all the clamps and box tubing off the tabletop now, and I've got myself a 10 thou feeler gauge. Pretty thin. Like I said before, it was a little low on the side. It was kind of hard to see in the camera, but I could get it to rock if I set the level across just the back too. I could get this side of the rock up and down some. There's no rock in it now, and just to show, the 10 thou does go underneath just a little bit. All right, so now I got a 20 thou feeler gauge. Gonna bump it up, see if we can get this to slide underneath. Also, I really wouldn't worry too much about the trueness of these tables with what I'm using. I have no idea what brand this is, how true this level is, or whatnot. There could be a bow in this, for all I know. But this is just surely showing how true these tables are when you bolt multiple together. So that being said, 20 thou. All right, still got a little bit going through. All right, so this side's pretty true. Still slightly off on this side. Let's try. Let's try 24. That one's clean. Still a little bit with the 24. Let's try 28. All right, there we go. So with using this level that I found at my shop when I moved in, no idea how true this thing is. The table is within 28 thousandths of an inch squareness between two of them bolted together. Let's try 10 over here. All right, so could be slightly off. Like I said, this level, no idea how precision this thing is or what brand it even is. Empire. Guaranteed accuracy. That's pretty good. But like I said, I found it, so could have been tweaked. Either way, for what I'm doing and the price point of these tables, it's pretty accurate in my opinion. And another thing I want to talk about is compared to the competitor of this table, this one comes nitrate coated. Nice little rust preventative coating. I believe it also kind of surface hardens the metal as well. And never really talked about these casters. but these things are pretty sweet too. So they got these little foot stops that you can adjust right here. So once you get the table in place, you just adjust the stop down, and you don't have to worry about your table moving. And they're height adjustable as well. Very smooth spinning casters. And if you don't want to use the casters, the foot pads that they come with, super beefy and lots of adjustment too. So super happy with these tables, and I'm super stoked to have Primeweld supporting me this year and sending me out these tables. Super happy with them. And if you want to get yourself a table or welder, plasma cutter, or whatever else Primeweld sells, just go check out their website. If you want to save a little bit of money, you can use my code MISCO25, all caps, and you can save $25 on your order on checkout. So give them a look, check out their Instagram, check out their website, and see if what they offer is right for you.